I got a Mega Drive when I was about 4, and I think it had Sonic pre-installed. I don't remember having a cartridge. I'm pretty sure it loaded it if you turned it on without a cartridge in, and that's what got me into games straight away. So it was Sega for a while, and then I got into Nintendo at my cousin's house. So he had a SNES and Mario All Stars. So I got to play, well, I had to play as Luigi. So that was probably the first one that still affects me now, because Luigi's still my favourite character. He's better than Mario anyway. Mario's fat and short, and he's not good for anything. So yeah, there's that. And then when I was a bit older, my dad started getting into playing stuff with us, and we used to play Tomb Raider, and he'd do all driving, shooting bits, but he couldn't jump to save his life, so I had to do all the platforming bits. And then we'd have my little sister sat next to me, and she'd have a guidebook, and she'd be reading out where we need to go and everything. So that was pretty cool, actually.
Super Mario Bros. 3, and because I can still play it to this day, and it'd be just as fun as the first time I played it, because it's simple yet addictive, and it's, again, it never gets old. I think most of the game has got to be more done, otherwise it wouldn't have grasped me so much for so many years. The biggest achievement of it was the first time I completed the last boss, because I was competing with the rest of my family essentially.
Left a lasting impression? Probably Space Invaders, Atari. That's probably the one I remember most. It weren't the first game, but it was more enjoyable than Pong. I don't know, I think because it was really, really popular at the time, and it were an arcade game as well. And I think because it was an arcade game you could actually play at home, I think that was probably a bit more compared to like Pong. No, not to the level it is now, and to the amount of, the graphics and that are far better than they were then. A lot better. I must have been probably about 11, 12. I don't remember it were Atari. We did have like a console before that, but I can't remember what that were. That was for the Pong, and that was a good few years before that.
First game that made a lasting impression on me was either Gran Turismo or Colin McRae. The reason being is that it was the first time I'd probably taken a day off work to play Gran Turismo and build a garage, and I'd never done that before, and this is in 1995. And Colin McRae really made me think about how cars become damaged, and for the first time you could drive on a track where terrain was important, the environment was important. The car, if you hit a tree, first bit of damage happened to your car. So ultimately all you wanted to do was go and damage and see how much you could damage the car, and I rolled it over, I banged into trees, and did as much as I possibly could. But what really got me into the game more is the mechanics. So I was able to get underneath the bonnet of the car, get better brakes, get better tyres, have a better paint job. So there was more involvement. It wasn't just what I'd been used to was like Skate Electric or racing car games where you're just driving around a track monotonously, round and round and round and round again to beat the next person to come first. So Gran Turismo and Colin McRae were the first proper driving games that had a lasting impression on me, and I love driving games. I've always loved driving games. I've even been on a Formula 1 car because of it, and that has had an impression on me.
Sonic the Hedgehog, because you basically learn how to play the game by making mistakes, and the only way you complete the game is by learning from the mistakes and moving on from it. It kind of left a lasting effect because it prepares you for life and the many mistakes you make during your life. And basically, in the same way, the only way you can finish a level in the game is to not give up and to learn from the mistakes. That's really the only way you can progress in life. It was the Sega Mega Drive, and I was between the ages of 3 and 5. So
that will probably be the first game I ever played, which was World of Illusion for the Sega Mega Drive. So I remember one Christmas I got a Sega Mega Drive as the main Christmas present, and then the game that I got with it was World of Illusion. So you played as Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck,
who killed lots of bad guys by whacking a cape at them, and it's the first game I ever completed. I think because that was the first game I ever played and the one that really hooked me onto the game, I think it had a really big impression on me. I think for me it was just because it was a game. I think the reason that had such an impact on me is because it just happened to be the first one that I really played. So I'd dabbled before, so I had an Atari and I had a ZX Spectrum, but that was the Sega Mega Drive, which was the console of the time. I suppose it helped that it was Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck when I was about 8, and I thought it was amazing. But it was just a platformer where you killed things with magic capes. There's nothing special about it, but I think being the first game I ever played, it really stuck with me.
The first game that left a lasting impression on me was Spyro the Dragon. Why I liked it is because it was just really fun. I really enjoyed playing it. I really enjoyed collecting all the treasure. Like the beginning of it was really easy, which obviously I enjoyed because I was a kid. I was like, I can do this. This is something I can do. This is something I can complete. And then when it came to the boss battles, I was like, Mom, can you just help me with this? And yeah, and then you felt accomplished when you did it. It was the first game that you actually felt like, oh, I've done this. I feel proud of myself. That treasure trail, that were just you'd hit big time. That was the best bit. It was amazing. I loved it. It was just a really fun game.